Champ Talk. Cornelius K9 Bunches, the champ, about to talk. And I'm going to talk about a few fights in this video. Now, one fight I want to talk about that I think might not even happen. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. So, the fight was postponed. For what reason? We don't know. I don't know. Maybe you know. I done heard that one of the reasons why the fight was postponed is because they don't have the rest of the money. They don't have all the money to afford to pay Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. I hope the fight do happen. Of course, I'm a Mike Tyson and a Roy Jones fan. Both of those guys really inspired me to be a boxer. Yes, they did. But I think that Roy Jones might be biting off more than he can chew. Mike Tyson is a puncher. And even though this is an exhibition, he don't know how to fight an exhibition. Even in the sparring sessions, he's trying to knock your head off. He try to knock your head off. Ain't gonna be no plan. So Roy Jones must come prepared. He need to have legs. He need to stick and move. Something like Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. If the fight happen, I hope the fight happen. I hope Roy Jones get paid and Mike Tyson get paid. And I hope that the whole world was watching boxing, because I love boxing and it's all about the fighters and the fans. So if the fight happen, I'm rolling with Roy Jones, even though I believe Mike Tyson going to win at K9 Boxing. Now, Conor McGregor, that's right, Conor McGregor put on his Instagram account that he is going to fight Manny Pacquiao. And if so, he's going to get stopped just like he got stopped by Floyd Mayweather. Now, was that a bad stoppage? I don't think so, because he made $100 million. Let me rewind that. He made $100 million. No fighter would ever make that kind of money in their very first pro fight. Conor McGregor made $100 million. Him and Floyd Mayweather robbed the bank. Now, Manny Pacquiao is going to follow the same footsteps if Conor McGregor and him fight. And I think that if they do fight, that Conor McGregor is going to get stopped earlier than the fight that he had with Floyd Mayweather. That's right, because he's good at what he do, but what he does and what he do is he fight in the cage. So you step into the arena, yes, the boxing arena, where boxers are comfortable at, it's advantages go to the boxer. Just like if a boxer steps in the ring with a UFC fighter, the advantages go to the UFC fighter. So I remember that Floyd, he acted like he was gonna get in the ring or get in the cage with Conor McGregor. Remember the commercial when he got in there with his shoes off? Like, man, quit, stop it. You know what I'm saying? That is not gonna happen. So if Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao fight, hey, I hope it take place, because I love when the shine, the light is focused on boxing. But expect Manny Pacquiao to sweep and finish Conor McGregor. So Conor McGregor will be the highest paid non-winningest fighter in history. He would be 0-2 and be done made a couple of $100 million or more. That's right, at K9 Boxing. Now, Leo Santa Cruz versus Javonte Davis. That's going to be a good fight. Now, I think the biggest challenge for Javonte Davis is he's going to be making a weight, because he walks around maybe 30, 40, 50 pounds heavier than his weight class, or heavier than the class, the weight that he's fighting in. So I think that he has to make weight, first of all, and be strong at making weight. And if he could do that, in the beginning, I think it's going to be, a tick-for-tack type fight. But one thing I like about Javonte Davis is he reminds me of a little Mike Tyson. He don't go in there trying to box. He go out there trying to knock your head off. And I love that, especially when it's the little guys. He got that. I got a puppy over here. I got a little dog, right? My little dog is a Yorkie. And I love the fact that he believes he a pit bull. That's right. So Javonte is a pit bull in that ring. He a little dude, but he believes in himself. And he try to knock everybody that he gets in the ring out. And the majority of the fighters he do knock out. Now, will he knock out Leo Santa Cruz? I don't know. But it's still going to be a good fight. Now, Leo Santa Cruz does have the experience when it comes to who he's fought. So, I mean, it's going to be a good fight. I'm happy that those two are fighting because Leo Santa Cruz have a country behind him. And Mayweather is smart. He's one of the smartest boxing fighters, business-wise, ever to get in the ring. So you got Javonte Davis taking the same blueprint as him. He's fighting them Mexicans. Mexicans have country behind them. So guess what? That's why, for sure, the fight is going to sell. Now, I'm very interested in seeing the pay-per-view numbers of the Jamal and Jamel Charlo brothers because they fought on pay-per-view. Now, fighting on pay-per-view is very risky in the moments that we have it right now in this world. This pandemic that we in right now, it's kind of tight for a lot of people. So to have a pay-per-view fight at $70-something in these days, and you not fighting against a person with a country behind them, hey, that could be hard, and anything can happen. And we will see how the numbers are. But I'm happy they got paid. Both fighters won. But listen, that jab to the stomach, was it really that hard? was it really that hard that this man actually started shaking like this? Like he done took some dope or something, or took too much dope. Police were shaking him, and all of a sudden he tried to swallow the rock so he wouldn't go to jail. And then all of a sudden he started shaking. It's funny now because the guy went to the hospital and checked out with nothing that happened to him. So if it doesn't happen, then why was he shaking like that? So a jab did that much to him that it made him shake like this. Come on, man. I could see you got hit in the head and you was, but it was a jab to the stomach. Was it that hard? It wasn't even his power hand. It was his jab hand. It was the weaker hand he threw to his body. We talking about a professional fighter who trains to get ready for a fight, who's a world champion himself. He gets knocked out with a body shot in the later rounds. I don't know, but I'm not trying to throw no shade on Jamel's victory. He looked good. He showed he has the grit. He did his thing, and kudos to him. It ain't his fault what the other fighter did, or it ain't his fault that it just didn't look right. Maybe he hit him that hard and he felt it in his head, and that's why he started shaking. So, hey, we'll see. We'll find out as people investigate as the days go by. But at the end of the day, though, Jamel Charlo has all the belts in his division. I think the WBO is out here somewhere, So we'll see what happens. I know I'm fighting November the 7th, so maybe I can get me a WBO belt or IBF belt or WA belt, WC belt, because hot potato, them belts is moving around the junior weight division. And hey, maybe it's time for me to get me another one. But yeah, any other news? Yes, of course it's other news. Yes, Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. That, I believe, so far will be the fight of the year. Yes, because the year is almost over with. Teofimo Lopez wants all the smoke. Yes, he wants all the smoke, and he's calling out everybody. And the person that did answer the door, that's right, when he knocked, was Vasily Lomachenko. So they about to fight. And they about to fight on ESPN. Yes, I look at ESPN as free TV because it's just basic. And if you got cable, it's just a basic channel. You just pay the regular amount that you pay for cable versus pay-per-view. So to see that fight and have a big fight like that on ESPN, it's the fight of the year already. And I know that Teofimo is going to try to knock out Vasily Lomachenko. But will he be able to? So this is going to be a great fight, and I can't wait. And thank God for Bar Am, who even when we were in the pandemic, when we were in these bad times, he had fights on ESPN. Yes, he opened up the door. He was the only one putting on fights every week, 2 fights a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes on Saturdays. So my hat goes off to Bar Am, ESPN. And I'd like to thank all my fans for subscribing to my channel, leaving comments and sharing. God is good, y'all. Y'all stay up out here. And I catch y'all real soon at K9 Boxing. That's right, Champ Talk. Yeah.